Hello guys, welcome back again to my live. So today there are some issues we have to address, and then I will show you guys that our government likes us so much, that the government is in love with the Nigerians. That's why they're taking some decisions to make our lives better. But before we get to that, let's just look at this one that says that flood claims 21 lives in Kebbi State, destroys large farmlands of rice, maize amid fear of food crisis. Coupled with this issue of flood and coupled with the issue of bad government, I think we are nearing famine in this country because the level of how this government are treating us in this country, the famine is getting close. Famine is not far from us. Famine is not far from Nigeria because there's no way to tell me that a country is battling with flood and the government are not doing anything about this. In the same period where people are battling with flood, that's the same place that the government is that headline safe. That's the same time that the government are spending 403 million in one day to renovate toilets. And the government of Kwara State, government of Borno State, yes, actually budgeted 18 million for flood control. But here they are spending 403 million in one day to renovate toilets. They make it make sense that our government in these critical times where we are, where hunger is talk of the day, the government are spending 403 to renovate toilets. So it's not as if I'm faking the news. This is the headline from Sarah Reporters, and you can see it for yourself. But let me read from their website so you get what I'm talking about. So review of the public payment portal of Govt Spend is a portal has shown that the Nigeria Federal Ministry of Justice under the Attorney General Lateef Fagbemi have spent 403 million naira in renovating toilets in one day. When I mean one day, I mean in a single day, they spent 403 just to renovate toilets. So on June 27, 2024, the sum of 158 million was paid for the renovation of toilets in the Federal Ministry of Justice headquarters. So on the same June 27, the sum of 245 million was paid to Optional Concept Limited for the renovation of toilets. So the government are spending money just to renovate toilets. In one day, they spent 403 million naira. And then we all know what this 403 million naira could have done in our country in this time. So the staggering amount of 403 million expended on toilet renovation could have been used. Like we all, it's not even blind or it's not even hidden that we have things that this money could have solved in Nigeria. But our government chose to spend it on toilets. So this money spent on toilet could have been used to renovate 66 blocks of 3 classrooms each. Like the money spent could have been used to renovate 66 blocks of 3 classrooms each at a cost of 6.1 million naira per block. This is what the government could have viewed this money and solved, but they chose to spend it on toilets. I saw a video, a headline which I'll show to you guys, where some students were sitting on bare floor to learn. But here we are, our government are spending money on toilets. And this money used could have been used to renovate at least 66 blocks of 3 classrooms each. So alternatively, that allocation could have been facilitated the constructions of 51 solar powered boreholes. Considered each to be 7.8 million. That means this money, I'm just telling you guys what this money could have been used for. But the government chose to spend it on toilets. That money could have been used to construct 51 solar powered boreholes. It's not even the one that you'll be on gen or waiting for NEPA. I mean solar powered home. If it's all that can be done with NEPA or gen, at least 100 boreholes could have been achieved with this money. But the government chose not to do that. They said that at least 51 solar powered boreholes could have been done with this money spent on renovation of toilets. and that is 7.8 million per one. So days ago, Star Reporter reported that the President Bola Tinubu-led presidency under the State House spent the sum of 9.2 billion on motor vehicles between March and May 2024. Between 2 months, our government spent 9.2 billion on motor vehicles. I mean 9.2 billion, not million, was spent on motor vehicles in just 2 months. That's our country where we are. So Star Reporters also earlier revealed how the Tinubu government spent 366 million on tires in 3 days, among other seemingly frivolous expenses. If I keep on reading it, you yourself will be tired to hear them, because they are all frivolous. They are all outrageous that our government spends this amount of money despite some needs that we need in this country to be made by government. But no. So it was also found, okay, it was found that 360 million was spent on tires in 3 days, and the payments were made on May 21st, June 22nd, and June 23rd. So in 3 days, they spent 360 million. In a day, they spent 403 million. In 2 days, they spent 9.2 billion. Oh. So before now, Star Reporters reported how the Tinubu administration spent billions on purchasing foreign exchange for travel and rehabilitation of the financial building. Also, the presidency was noted as spending 1.5 billion for foreign exchange on July 17. In a day, they spent 1.5 billion for foreign exchange. This had added to the high level of scrutiny of the current administration fiscal discipline. So the development comes at a time when there are concerns on prudence of the government in managing its scarce resources. Our governments are not making our life easier. Nigeria debt stands at 121 trillion as of the first quarter of this year, while it continues to grapple with poor economic, making life harder, for Nigerians. Experts have warned that there may be dire consequences if the government does not regulate how it spends our money, because Nigeria is facing acute hunger, we are facing insecurities, we are in a situation where we need money to settle a lot of things. But our government says no. Nigeria suffers from myriad of challenges, from access of healthcare, water, roads, electricity, and other basic needs, which stakeholders have said that the government have failed. Our government have failed in the sector of security, sector of water, roads, light, healthcare. Nigeria cannot boldly say that they have a good hospital where anybody can go and treat ourselves despite the disease or the sickness. But the same government can boldly go outside. The same government can boldly go outside to help other foreign countries to renovate their own hospitals. The first lady came out and said that she was doing a good job by sponsoring a foreign hospital to be renovated, to be established, whereas in our own country we don't have even one functioning hospital where anybody can go. Could you imagine that's the level where we are? And this issue of our government not taking care of their own have led to 30 senior lecturers resigning from Bauchi Varsity over poor working conditions and unpaid salary. Governments are not making life easier, they're making it more harder. Could you imagine 30 lecturers? When I mean lecturers, I mean 30 good lecturers have resigned. First of all, it was our armies that was leaving Nigerian army to go and join Ukraine and other foreign armies because they are not taking good care of them. Now it's now our lecturers. Then, if lecturers are resigning, who are left to teach the students that are struggling to enter school? So I read from their website that said that over 30 trained doctors of philosophy have resigned from Saudi Zugo University, SAZU, in Bauchi State due to unresolved administrative challenges. And guess what? More will still resign. More will still resign. When I mean more will still resign. Okay, someone said that please don't be deceiving. Sorry, this is from a verified website. It's not from my head, or I not just come up with the topics. These are verified topics I'm sharing with you guys. So I am not deceiving anybody. And please let's all focus on life, and I'll bring to you guys the current happenings in Nigeria. So more and more will still resign because the hunger is too much. The government are not making life easier because there are a lot of unpaid salaries for our lecturers. They are being owed how many more salary, and then you don't expect them to sit down and fold their hands. They must go ahead to resign and to find something else to do, and that's why there are more corruption in the university level now, where lecturers can fail students voluntarily so that they will come back and pay him and pass the exam because they are hungry. They are not being paid for how many months, and then you don't expect them to fold their hands and wait because they themselves have families to feed. They themselves have school fees to pay. They themselves have children to take care of and wives to take care of. So you don't expect them to fold their hands and just stay. The government are not making our life easier. They're making it more harder and more tough on us. So now, just take a look that armies are resigning from our army. Then lecturers are resigning. That means every worker in Nigeria will just resign. That means, and that is, I think that's what the government even wants. Because I know that after ASU have done their strike and they're warning that they are being owed for how many months, the government have done absolutely nothing to address that. The government have done absolutely nothing to pay off these salaries that are being owed. They are owing them how many months salary? They are still owing NYSC in Ebonyi State August allowance. And then the same government are busy spending 403 million in a day. Spending 403 million just in a day to renovate toilets. Thank you. So okay, someone says fearless protest October 1st. Here we move. But I don't know why this person thinks that I'm giving for fake news. Please, these are from Sarah reporters. We can go there. All their news are verified. I don't give fake news on my channel. I make sure I verify them. Thank you for also commenting. So fearless protest October 1st. Here we go. Because these are the things you see more reasons why they are saying that this protest must hold. Because Nigerians are no longer living comfortably. People are resigning. Workers are resigning. Because the one that got me angry is that our own armies are leaving this country army to go and join a foreign country's army. Because this is because of how they are being treated. They are not being treated well. And now again, our senior lecturers are leaving because of poor working conditions and unpaid salaries. But our government are busy spending our money on what I don't even know. And guess what? Okay, this has said how government's threat to kidnap corp members has been to get Nnamdi Kanu released. This one now, I don't know. This issue of Southeast and the government. The case is complicated because people are saying, some persons are saying that Nnamdi Kanu being in detention is causing more insecurities in the Southeast. And now again, government bandits have come and threatened corpers that they will come and kidnap them. Because this is happening in the Southeast, that if the government does not release Nnamdi Kanu, that they will come and kidnap them. And today again, the lawyer of Nnamdi Kanu came out and said that the DSS have restricted visitation, that nobody can visit Nnamdi Kanu for now. Imagine, including Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, cannot go and see him. To tell you the kind of how zooish our country is. This country is a zoo where they are stopping lawyers to meet their clients. It's not Nigeria that thing happens. So government are threatening that they will come and kidnap some corpers. So let me read from their website. The management of National NYSC have suspended the community development service, the CDS, crowded gatherings, including physical monthly clearance and other activities by corps members serving in Southeast Nigeria. So they've stopped everything in that area because it's insecure. So the suspension of the normal routine activities usually engaged in by serving corps members, minimizing how they put on their uniform while moving around within the region, was sequel to the threat by government alleged to the IPOBs to kidnap corps members in Southeast and use them as bait for the release of Nnamdi Kanu by Nigeria government. So Sahara Reporters reports. So the government, the NYSC management in Southeast has said that the corpers should minimize how they wear their uniform. Are you seeing how funny this country is? Corpers are now the bait. Corpers are now the target. Corpers that came to serve the country, to serve their motherland, is now in trouble by being a corper. So a corps member serving in the state told a reporter that the NYSC management suspended the activities and putting on of their uniform after an intelligence report from the Nigerian Army claimed that IPOB were planning to kidnap corps members serving in Southeast as used them as bait to bargain for Nnamdi Kanu's release. Then why is government still keeping Nnamdi Kanu on in detention? Because Supreme Court have stated that Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail, but Nigeria government are saying no, that they will not release him. Case upon case, they keep on adjourning the case for to most. Then bring out one clear thing Nnamdi Kanu did. The government have not done that. They keep on running up and down without the clear evidence because him being there is causing more insecurities in the southeast. I can see now coppers are now the targets that they want to now kidnap coppers and then now using as bait. But the funny thing is that the government will not still care. If you like kidnap the whole Easterners, the government will not still care. That's my anger. And I think these bandits should think about it. Because you now kidnapping coppers will not bring Nnamdi Kanu out. The government have sworn that they will not bring him out. So even if kidnapping, the government don't even care about the NYCs. Because I think they cared. There's no way you are still owing them their August allowance. There's no way you've not increased their allowance despite the hardship of the country. That shows that the government don't even care about the coppers. So the government going to arrest or do anything to them doesn't make sense. I speak against that one. It doesn't make sense. So let everybody be at alert. Let the security men be at alert because this news is not good to the ear. This news is not good at all. That they are not targeting the coppers just to use them as bait to fight over Nnamdi Kanu's release. It doesn't make sense and it's not sounding intelligent at all. Coppers have done nothing. The government and the government are the ones that are holding Nnamdi Kanu in custody. So the coppers have done absolutely nothing. So they should not be tampered or touched by one bit. So the government should at least reason twice. Because I don't believe that this is for the betterment of Southeastern. I think this is actually the plans of the government because this government are capable of doing anything possible just to make sure that Kanu does not escape that place where he is. So NYSC banned corps members in the East from putting on NYSC uniform and banned CDS activities till date. Corps members were equally not allowed to gather in large numbers. Could you imagine? So that means going to camp now is no more fun. It's no more enjoyable. It's no more as fun as usual because we all know that corpers enjoy camp very well because that's where you meet people, you get to socialize, you get to have fun. But these days it's not like because of how this country government have made us to look. They've made our life so miserable that nothing is enjoyable again in this country. You see a family man always angry because he or she he cannot provide for the family again. Life has been so tough on him that no more joy in his heart. This country have dealt with us. This country have finished us. This our government, APC have finished us. So even doing POP of any batch, their certificates are usually given to them on Sunday, preceding the Thursday of the POP. And certificates are given in churches. Passing out corps members do not go on mufti to get certificates. So the state coordinator of the NYSC in Ebonyi State, Mr. Olayende Foluke, who confirmed the situation, told Star reporter that the NYSC National Directorate headquarters in Abuja gave the directive across the entire Southeast region following the alleged threats. So confirming the situation, Foluke said that the situation is to the extent that in Ebonyi State, she resorted to always making proper arrangements with transport companies and transport unions to be sure of drivers conveying corps members from rotation course camp to the place of primary assignment and other destinations. Oh God, this country is total mess. Like I say, we are in trouble. We are in total mess. So she said, because of insecurity in the southeast, we have not been doing clearance. We have not been allowing them to put on their uniforms. We have not been gathering them for anything that will show the world that they are corps members. So there was a letter that was going around that from IPOB that they want to use corps members for ransom to raise Nnamdi Kanu. They went to Enugu to hold that meeting. So since that time, the authority, even the security in the state and the whole southeast have come to caution the coppers that they should be careful, that nobody should be wearing their uniform any longer. Then what then shows that they versus the copper? How then is copper, how then being a copper is no more fun, it's no more enjoyable again in this country. We are tired, everything is not, I've tired everybody, people are tired. Insecurity is looming southeast because Nnamdi Kanu is in custody. Oh yeah, government release him. No. Okay, provide evidence that he's guilty. No single evidence have been brought in place. We are tired of this country. We are tired in this state where this government have placed us. Okay, now there is insecurity and there have been threats in the southeastern now. So how do they expect coppers now to serve Nigerians with their heart? Because now going to go like now service like wake up now, you must have money because there they don't feed well again. You buy most of the things that was given for free then. You buy it now. The government is not, the country is not moving forward, it's moving backward. Everything is getting worse and worse. But I will leave you guys so that I will keep you updated on the next decision on this NYC issue because this is a serious issue. NYCs have couple have done nothing wrong to this government. They just came to serve. So bandits or the IPOBs or anybody trying to use them as bait is wrong because they have done nothing and the government don't even care about them. So you kidnapping them is doing nothing, is adding more injuries to the wound we have already in the southeast. Because southeast now we are suffering insecurity. So kidnapping coppers to as bait is not the way forward. It will not solve any issue in Nigeria. So I think it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to kidnap coppers. I think that's where I will end this life. It doesn't make sense to kidnap coppers as bait for Nnamdi Kanu to release because the government will not even release him after kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu. So I'll see you guys in my next life. If you are new here, subscribe and I'll keep you guys updated tomorrow on this issue of bandits and the coppers. See you guys.